the Canada-USA battle.
This is SportsCentre.
It's the Great White North against the Red, White, and Blue. This time for the gold medal.
They can't play a bad game against each other. They just can't.
A thrilling end to hockey's most intense rivalry. While it's a busy night in the pros, in the West, Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton all fight it out versus conference rivals.
Big hit by Weber on Finot.
While in the East, the Habs face off versus Ovi, the Sens can't contain the Bruins, and the Leafs welcome an old face.
Moore in on the left wing, drops it back to McKay. He scores! Say what you want about it. It is compelling drama.
This is SportsCentre, and what a game. Canada and the U.S. have given us two unforgettable games in their last two meetings of the World Juniors. Travis Hamonic won't help Canada towards a sixth straight title. He's on the bench in his gear with a separated shoulder. These two nations ready to write another chapter with a gold medal on the line. Now, Canada has opened the scoring in all 5 of their gold medal wins in the first period.
Up he goes for Jordan Cadell. Center and
Luke Adam gets Saskatoon going as he slips the backhander through Mike Lee's 5-hole. We are just 3 minutes in already. It's 1-0 for the Canadians. 6 minutes to go in the period. Taylor Hall stripped of the puck. Here comes Chris Kreider down the wing, and it is a perfect shot. He beats Jake Allen glove side. The Americans answer back and tie the game up at 1. Then, just 36 seconds later.
off the handle and Bork's away. He's got Schrader and Zucker with him. And now in front, Schrader shoots. He goes! Jordan Schrader gives the U.S. the lead.
It is back-to-back goals, high glove side, and just like New Year's Eve, the Americans answer and take a 2-1 lead. But in that last game, the Canadians responded. 90 seconds later, Greg Nemes will get it in the slot, and he'll just slide it home. He beats Lee. His first point of the World Juniors couldn't come at a bigger time. We are all tied at 2. Now under 2 to go. John Carlson drops one for Kyle Palmieri, and he rips one off Allen's mask. The Americans with a game plan of going high on Allen. Then late in the period, Alex Pietrangelo drills Jeremy Morin along the boards. Now, he'd get 2 minutes for checking from behind. More importantly, though, he gets a 10-minute misconduct. Now, Canada's blue line already depleted without Hamonic. We go to the second period. U.S. starting that period on the power play. They work the man advantage to perfection. Carlson will just crank it from the point. Beats a screened Allen. The U.S. retakes the lead in front of Hamonic and a stunned Canadian bench. It is 3-2. 2 minutes later, Canucks catch a break. Taylor Hall puts it on net. It's stopped by Lee, but bounces over his head and in. It is a seesaw battle in Saskatoon. Lee allows 3 goals on 7 shots. His night is done. The Americans pull him in favor of Jack Campbell. Later in the period, Ryan Ellis lines up Ryan Bork and wallpapers him along the boards. The first 2 periods filled with all kinds of excitement. On to the final 20 in the gold medal game. Just over a minute into the third. Brandon Cozen streaking in, pumps it off the crossbar. That close to a 4-3 lead. 30 seconds later, Canadians on a power play. Nazem Kadri stopped in tight. Jordan Eberle can't be a sprawling Campbell. The 17-year-old was great. He was standing on his head. Minutes later, the Canadians get caught pinching. U.S. They break out 2-on-1. Great speed. Derek Stepan, Jerry D'Amigo. The Americans take a 4-3 lead. Then just 2 minutes later, Canada's gold medal hopes dealt a big-time blow.
The Maple Leaf pick drops down and Allen. Follow the puck. Loose the puck. Stepan scores. Allen misplays it. Stepan takes advantage, and the U.S. leads by 2.
Allen's day is done. In comes Martin Jones. If there's one bright spot, Canada did come back against the Americans on New Year's Eve. They'll need a miracle if they want to win their 6th gold medal. Now, 6 minutes left to go in this hockey game. Campbell's going to play the puck right to Hull. He centers for Kadri, blocked by John Ramage. 4.5 to go. Braden Shen, key stop. Gabriel Bork pumps into a pad in front. Then Kyle Palmieri forces a turnover. He's stopped by Jones. Palmieri bowls him over. The Canadians are going to the power play.
That's blocked by Schrader. Petrangelo gets it back, plays it across.
Everly does it again. The Canadians are back in it. We got a game down by a goal, then under 2 minutes to play.
Hall back in front. Kadri spins and shoots. That goes off the leg and wide. Back to Hall. Taylor Hall to Kadri. Back in front. Ellis hit the ball. Campbell shoots.
What an absolutely ridiculous turn of events. Everly single-handedly brings Canada back in this hockey game. Credit Union Center's going insane. Everly keeps the dream alive, and we are going to a sudden death overtime. 20 minutes, 4-on-4 hockey to decide the goal.
And he goes for Schrader. Jordan Schrader on Colton Truber. In comes Schrader. Lucy ball. Stopped by Jones. And now Kadri back the other way. It's a breathless pace here in overtime. Kadri with Bork. Petrangelo shoots. Campbell is saving the puck. Squirts down the front. 3-on-1. In comes Carlson with Steffen and Ramage. Carlson in shoots. Scored! Jordan Carlson scores in overtime. And the United States has won the World Junior Hockey Championship.
What an absolutely great hockey game. Canada has dealt a heartbreaking loss. The Americans win it 6-5 in overtime, ending Canada's dream of an unprecedented 6 straight gold medals. As for the Americans, they grabbed the gold in Saskatoon tonight, as I mentioned. Really was a great, great game. Canada lost 5 goals in the gold medal game for the first time since 2002 when they lost to Russia 5-4. The U.S. win the gold medal for the first time since 2004 when they knocked off Canada, only the second time in their history that they have won the gold. The Canadians showed so much character and determination. It really was admirable the way they came back, but in the end, the U.S. was simply a better team tonight.
We battled back against them on New Year's, and they're a good team. They have a lot of speed, and we tried to contain it. And we battled back the whole game, and it just seemed like they kept coming. And they played well, especially in overtime. Got the winner there, and this is definitely hard to swallow. They're a feisty team. They're a great team, and it was unbelievable playing against them New Year's Eve, and now here it was just play our game. We know they're going to get chances and they're going to score goals. That's how good they are. We just needed to play our game, and tonight it worked out. It was a whirlwind for me, and I just shot it, got it on net, and it went through. I got lucky, and I'm just so happy right now. It's the biggest goal I've ever scored in my life.
This is SportsCenter. I'm Darren Dutchyshen. She is Jennifer Hedger. We are glad that you tuned in. You know, we love great hockey. We respect good teams. The Americans were such a good team. Their team speed, ridiculous. And what a game. 11 goals, all sorts of drama.
Well, it's like Everly just said there. I mean, his legend continues, but like he just said, they just kept coming. A lot of times, teams against Canada, when Canada comes back to tie it up, they sort of wilt a little bit, I guess. But the Americans, they just kept on coming with their thoughts on tonight's game. Here's James Duthie and the guys from Saskatoon.
Okay, with Bob McKenzie and Pierre Maguire, it was an amazing streak, this 5-year run by Team Canada. But if you think back at the times it could have ended, if you go back to Leksand in the Jonathan Toews shootout, and versus Sweden in the Czech Republic, and Matt Halishchuk scoring in overtime, and against Russia in the Everly goal in the semifinals last year, you knew at some point they were going to run out of luck. It's not all luck. There was a lot of heart and skill involved, but you knew it was going to end at some point. And boy, what a terrific hockey game for it to end. Heroes, this tournament breeds them. We had one on the winning team, one on the losing side tonight. Let's start with the winners.
Well, the winning team showed a lot of resiliency, and I know it's right now a lot of people are going to talk about the heart and the emotion of Canada coming back from another 2-goal deficit in the third period to send this game to overtime. But think about the Americans for a moment, who blew that 2-goal lead on New Year's Eve, who lost that game, who have people questioning them all the time. Playing here on Canadian soil, trying to take a gold medal away from Canada on home ice is not an easy thing to do. And John Carlson steps up in overtime right after Alex Petrangelo misses a great opportunity at one end, a great save by Jack Campbell. Carlson does the deed, and he had the game-winning goal against the Swedes in the semifinal that put them there, and he had the game-winning goal right here coming back up the ice. There's the save by Campbell, the great shot by Petrangelo, but Carlson's got an answer, a 3-on-1, and the Washington Capital prospect who's playing this season for the Hershey Bears in the American League. A rambling, gambling defenseman who on numerous of times in this tournament had his coach and the whole entire coaching staff of Team USA saying, got to hold back every so often. Didn't hold back there. And when the game mattered most, he got it done. So full credit to the Americans for able to bounce back under real difficult circumstances where a lot of people would have wilted.
In Regina, where he plays with the Pats, they called Jordan Eberle the Messiah. I used to think that was slight hyperbole. I'm not so sure the way he played in the 2 World Juniors for Team Canada. This was one of the most epic performances we've ever seen.
And it goes back to last year. It's not just this year. Everybody remembers this year and the magic that he had on New Year's Eve and the magic that he had in the gold medal game. But take you back to last year and the magic against the Russians. Canada doesn't even play for a gold medal if it's not for Jordan Eberle, Ryan Ellis, and John Tavares. But at the end, it's the magic of a Jordan Eberle tying the score with 5 seconds to go. And it's the way he dominates with the puck. Great players want to make a difference with the puck. Jordan Eberle's one of those guys. In a shootout situation, you know he's going forehand, backhand all the time. Even when you know it, he still beats you. And in the gold medal game, time running out, he blows one by Jack Campbell. Later on, just to tie it up, through Matty Donovan, off Jack Campbell to the back of the net. And everybody in Canada says, phew. Canada has life. They have life because of one guy. He lives in Regina. He plays in Regina. He's going to play for the Edmonton Oilers. He's the most prolific goal scorer Canada's ever had in major junior hockey at this level, and it's Jordan Eberle.
Absolutely, Pierre. I couldn't agree more. I've been covering World Junior Championships since, 1986 in Hamilton, and I don't ever remember a more clutch or more definitive performance by a Canadian player in back-to-back World Junior Championships than Jordan Eberle.
He's the best player ever for Canada in this tournament.
He is, no question. I was talking to Bob, and I'm not trying to be a smarty pants in this thing, but Joey Mullen, who I had the privilege of coaching in Pittsburgh, and we won 2 Stanley Cups with Joey. He's a Hall of Famer. Last year, I was saying that this player reminds me more than any other player I've ever seen of Joey Mullen. Jordan Eberle had no idea who Joey Mullen was, so he went and YouTubed Joey Mullen, and at the end of the day, he said, thank you for the compliment. I can say this looking right in the camera. Joey Mullen was a spectacular player in person. Jordan Eberle is his equal.
You know what? When the Americans won in Helsinki in 2004, we really thought it would start off a rivalry for the next decade, 20 years. It didn't really happen because the Americans faded over the last 5 years and Canada dominated. This rivalry is alive with these last 3 games, the 2 New Year's Eve games, and this epic gold medal game. And it really sets up Buffalo next year, where the Americans will be defending. They won't meet on New Year's Eve. They're not in the same groups next year, but perhaps a semifinal or a final. The Americans, gold medal champions, as we send it back to SportsCentre.
Thanks, guys. We'll have more from Saskatoon later in the show. Let's go to the NHL now. And all 6 Canadian teams in action tonight. The Montreal Canadiens and Washington hoping for Lightning to strike twice. They already beat the Caps at home earlier this season. Rare feat considering Washington have suffered just 3 regulation losses at home. Let's go. Alexander Ovechkin named the new captain today, the 14th in club history. First period, Ovechkin finds Mike Green, but he's robbed by the glove hand of Carey Price. Price making his 2nd straight start. He's got 11 saves in the first. Second period we go. Ovi's got a chance in front, rings it off iron. Later in the period, the Capitals on the power play. Andrei Markov gets a stick slashed in half by Mike Knuble. No call, and Thomas Fleischmann scores. Watch again after the missed call. Markov forced to play without a stick. He is helpless in front as Fleischmann beats Price, and it's 1-0 Washington. The Canadians, though, respond. Josh George's shot from the point is tipped past Michael Neubert. That's his 3rd. And we got a tie game, 1-1. Capitals would score to make it 2-1. Then 36 seconds later, Alexander Semin fires his 15th, and Washington leads it 3-1 after 2. Early 3rd we go. Andre